For 2 decades, the Glazers were blamed. But wasn't this guy meant to fix things? It's exactly a year since Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his Ineos team arrived. They gained 29% of the club. The Glazers relinquished control of day-to-day operations, and the biggest call for Ineos, keeping Erik ten Hag as manager in the summer, but then firing him anyway, replaced in November by Ruben Amorim. But things have only got worse, and that managerial change alone cost £21 million. It's taking spending on hiring and firing all these managers since 2013 to more than £85 million. None of them able to replace the great Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Jim figured a new sporting director would be a solution. They paid Newcastle a couple of £1 million to hire Dan Ashworth, but he lasted only 5 months. Accounts this week showing that dismissal cost £4 million. And then there's the £9 million that's been spent on 250 redundancies throughout the club. And staff without the lavish football salaries have been warned of more cuts to come. Even former players have had their funding slashed, and ticket prices have risen mid-season to £66 for club members, with no concessions for children or pensioners. Is it worth all the anger to generate a couple £1 million more when the club revealed yesterday that they're set to make £650 million this season? But this tells you about the state of the club. They've made 5 successive years of losses, over £370 million overall. They are losses United say are unsustainable, and they're warning about potentially breaching the Premier League's financial rules. How much are they missing Sir Alex Ferguson, winner of 13 Premier League titles? United haven't got close since his retirement. This is the record. Even when they were runners-up, they weren't really that close. And this season, they've lost 12 out of 25 matches. And that's despite blowing £1.7 billion in transfers in the last 12 years, way ahead of their rivals in net spend. And there's been £200 million on new players since Ineos arrived, but with little to show for it. Are they still the problem? The Glazers, as majority owners, they loaded debt onto the club. It's now standing at £730 million, and to service it has cost more than £1 billion, we discovered this week, in the last 2 decades. That's what still angers so many fans. So fans still want bigger changes, and they're not convinced Ineos can turn it around quickly. As for the petrochemicals conglomerate, in the last week, 2 credit agencies have even downgraded their outlook to negative, while Ineos are making cuts in other sporting investments in rugby and sailing. United is their clear sporting focus, and they want to build this: a new stadium potentially to replace Old Trafford. But can they rebuild a team at the same time to bring back those glory days? Ineos have a lot of convincing to show they're on the right path heading into year 2 at Manchester United. And Sir Jim needs to address those concerns about ongoing mismanagement as the mood worsens.
Where's the light at the end of the tunnel for United right now?
That May is 3 months away, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else as a Manchester United fan you cling to, because let's be honest, as kind of impotent as Manchester United have looked for some time, the only real game changer, consistent game changer within that dressing room has been Amad Diallo, and now he's up for the rest of the season. So you look at what's there, and you're left kind of scratching your head in frustration. I'm not sure where the difference is going to come. The one player of true quality in that current lineup, I guess you'd have to call it, would be Bruno Fernandes.